The scenario we're going to be playing today is called Fire Support. It is number 4 from the 2015 package, and in this one it has Kill Box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for dominating the friendly flag. You get 1 control point for controlling the enemy flag, and you can dominate also for 2, but it's being contested by the enemy objective, which you can also destroy for 1 point. And here we go with another War Machine Wednesday. On the left we have Jacob, the press ganger of Grand Prairie, and on the right we have Fraser. Now Fraser's a very strong player, and he is going today with a kind of a list here that you never really see. He's going with Goreshade2, which he's played quite a bit, but Goreshade2 is very, very rare. You don't normally see him as one of the Cryx casters. So he has all his Banes that are going on there. On the left side, Jacob decided to drop Sorscha. Now this is a whole Sorscha shooty list, although there's also some Kayazi in there. And the kind of problem that's going to be here is that there's a lot of stealth that is over here with this list. I mean, there's 2 units of Bane Thralls. They both have stealth. There's also Tartarus with stealth. And then Goreshade can give out more stealth as he wishes. So that's going to really cause here a lot of problem for the shooting. Now, Fraser won the ability for initiative. He wanted to go first, and he's going up the board here pretty much as fast as he can. He has no reason to stay back. He has nothing ranged. Now, when he went here with the Bane Riders, he had to kind of deal with this little bit of terrain that was in the way. So some got over, some didn't. But he's just kind of spacing out. In the back, you can see he has tons of Scrap Thralls, because with the feet, he can turn those back into more Banes. This is really the epitome of more Banes being the answer for the Cryx side. So now we're going on to Khador turn 1, and he's going to start taking some shots at the Bane Riders here. I mean, they're not going to do great against it. They have to keep on plinking away like 1 point of damage, but you know, after they all work together, they kill 1 Bane Rider. So that's something, plus a little bit of damage to another one. Next up here, he is going to be going with his Cutthroats. They're going to wish they could shoot some Banes, but stealth is still a problem, so they're going to be trying to pick on these Bane Riders. And again, Cutthroats are one of these units I actually kind of like, but they really like facing living. And there's no living on the other side of the board here, so that's a problem. So they're going to do their best to try and plink away at these guys, but again, POW 10's not the best. Next up is coming to Behemoth. He's going to go, and I believe he needed to go for unboosted 9s, gets them both, and kills off 2 more Bane Riders. So as far as that preliminary shooting goes, you know, killing 3 Banes isn't that bad. Meanwhile, on the bottom, this is where you're going to be seeing the matchup between the Winter Guard and also the Bane Knights. So they're just kind of getting up there. Probably went too far, because now they can get engaged with a run when they want to be a little bit farther back and use their sprays. In fact, they want to probably position themselves more centrally to help on the middle. Now, the Kayazi Assassins then moved up. Didn't go as far up as they could have, and I think that was a little bit of a mistake. You want them far up so they can do as much damage as possible, but hey, you know, there's also the issue of dying as well, being sprayed. So, you know, there's a little bit of balance there. Either way, Tartarus came up and he put his curse up onto the Cutthroats. He got a few charges off then with the Banes. And then otherwise, the other models are kind of running around. Had a little bit of command issues. And they're going to kill some and make more Banes. And this is a big deal with Goreshade2, is that whenever guys die in his command, he gets to make more Banes. That's a big deal. And talking about big deals, the Bone Chicken just went up and boosted a spray to kill off Iris 1. And Iris 1 is very key in the Sorscha list. I mean, you want to stationary the enemy caster and then shoot him with Sorscha, shoot him with Iris. And with Iris off the table this early, that's going to be a big problem. Otherwise, Bane Knights running down the bottom, engaging the best they can. Really just things just running up. He is going to be putting Occultation onto Goreshade here as they go up. But yeah, pretty much here. That was a big kind of early blow here for the Sorscha turn, or the Khador team. So now this is going to be his feet turn. He's going to need to do as much damage as possible. Now again, all this stealth is a bad thing for all this shooting, but a good thing that actually happens here too is that Sorscha's feat only works on what she can see. So having a lot of these stealth models not block line of sight actually kind of helps her. So she's going to come up here. She's going to be placing a proxy base because she's just going to wind rush right back to her spot. This mission does have kill box, but she's already safe for kill box, so it's not so bad. So we're going to be placing the proxy base here. Now we're going to be measuring out who's actually going to be hit with the feat, and then it's going to be shooty shoot time. So, measuring all these things. Now, I'd mentioned that it'd be nicer if the Kyazi are further up. That's because right now, the Kyazi could be doing a lot more damage. Being further back, there's not that much the Kyazi can actually get to, but at least they can get a little bit of damage here. So, Sorscha, before she goes away, does a little bit of shooting. Then she's going to wind wall away and come back to her safe spot right there behind the Behemoth. I believe the Behemoth had 3 focus on it, or 2 focus this turn. Can't really remember. Otherwise, now the cutthroats are going to go. Now that everything's stationary, things are good and safe. And they're going to do a couple of shots at the banner here. Those are going to miss, and otherwise they're going to take some shots at some other guys. Now, it was in the shots at the banner that both me and Jacob learned, like I had no idea this was a thing, that the UA, I mean, we all know that this gives tough and all these things, but I knew that they kind of ignored knockdown at the start of the turn. Well, it turns out it also ignores stationary. So they're stationary now, but unless he kills that banner, all these guys are going to unstationary. So that's a really, really big deal. Behemoth just shot down the Arc Node, so that's going to be nice. But now, he's just need to try and kill as much as he can, because whereas normally, hey, the feet's up, all these guys are frozen, they're not going to do anything, you can come back and kill them. Well, now, it's like, well, they're just going to stand up and start killing again. So that's going to be really bad, apart from guys like Tartarus and stuff. But now the assassins are going to do their best. Again, because they're further back, they can only get to 2 of the Banes and kill both of them, so that's something. The Banes are pretty decimated up there, but again, between the Goreshade2's feat and also their ability to kill guys and make more guys, they're going to pretty much come back, so that's going to be kind of depressing. Otherwise, on the bottom, he's going to be doing some sprays to the Bane Knights, killing off a lot of these guys. Might have been better just because of where the real battle is, because, I mean, a lot of this stuff is going off camera. Maybe it would have been better to move more to the central part and kill off more of these Bane Thralls. Of course, too, when you try and do these sprays to these reach models, it's a real issue, because if you get in that reach, you can't do the spray. So going after guys like the Bane Thralls, a lot easier to get a lot deeper, get a lot more models in there. But he does a pretty good job, kills off quite a bit of the Bane Knights, I believe more than half of them, plus catching a few of the Bane Thralls here as well, so nothing too bad there. It's, again, it's kind of too bad that this is all off camera, but I always want these angles more on the center part here, where it's a little bit more important. Otherwise, he is going to be going with his Widowmakers now. They're going to start doing some shots, killing off a few more guys. Again, the whole stealth issue being a big deal for them. Stealth is such a massive deal for this list. I mean, it just wants to shoot things up, but if they can't see you, that's kind of a big deal. So now we're going to be going back over to the Cryx turn. Pretty much all that stationary from the feet is going to go away, except for on the one Bane Rider and also on Tartarus. Otherwise, all these other Bane Thralls that were stationaried, thanks to the WA from the tier, are now all unstationary. So now we're going to be going with the Bane Thralls at the top. They're going to be charging in, killing some guys. And this is dirty, guys, where as he kills them, he's making more Banes, and he's getting to place them around frickin' Behemoth. So it's just, not only are you getting these guys back, but they get to go so far out that you get to jam these other things. Now the other Bane Thralls, they're going to go, and they're going to be killing off a few more guys. I had a whole second unit of guys here to be extra Banes, and he's going to eventually kind of run out of guys here. So otherwise now, again, we're really super off screen, but the Bane Knights are going, and they're not doing too well down there. I mean, they're, with the way things are going with the Winter Guard and their dodging and stuff, They need 8s to hit, so I think they may kill 1. But now this is where Goreshade's going to come up. He forgot to move up a couple of his scrap thralls, so he doesn't get as many as he possibly could. But now all the Bane Riders are back, all these Bane Thralls are back, and again he gets to place them pretty much wherever you want, so he's playing them all around Behemoth and engaging all these shooters. It is just, I mean, I can only imagine what's going through Jacob's mind right now, where on one second you think that you feeded and you stationaried everything and it's going great, and the next thing you know, everything is unstationary and everything you killed is back plus more. So yeah, definitely a very dangerous spot for Jacob. And I believe now this is at the end of the turn. Again, Occultation is back onto Goreshade, and he's got to figure out a way to make this work. And another pressure that Jacob is having is that his clock is actually kind of low. His feat turn took quite a while, and so he's almost thinking that if he can't figure out a way to assassinate, it's probably over. And I mean, clock aside, that's probably the case anyway, because the attrition definitely won't be going well for him from this point out. So after a couple of shots, he's killing off a few guys. Not really key for the assassination, but just trying to kill off as many as you can. Now, an interesting spell that's out there that Goreshade2 has is Tartarus actually has a spell on him that's basically countercharge. So one of the things he's going to want to try and do here is maybe trample up Behemoth and get those shots off. But then once he does, Tartarus will charge in, and that'll be a problem. So right now, all those guys that got raised or brought back from the feet around Behemoth, he kills. Behemoth goes for the trample, comes up here, gets countercharged by Tartarus, almost loses his Cortex. One more and the Cortex would have been lost. Luckily it wasn't. Takes a shot at Goreshade. He needs like a 13 to hit. Misses, so that's really the assassination gone right there. It scatters, takes another shot, scatters as well. So yeah, the assassination from Behemoth failed. It wasn't really a good shot, but it was really the only shot he really had. So now he's going to go and try and just kill off whatever he can from the rest of the board. But again, a lot of his shooters engaged, not much he can do. So at this point here, Frazier is actually going to change gears here and go. I mean, he wants to take out Behemoth to really take away this one big threat, but other than that, he's going to really start putting on the pressure on with the scenario. The Bane Knight's going to come up, do a whole bunch of damage to Behemoth. Tartarus is going to attack him too. He's actually going to leave Behemoth on one box, just couldn't finish him off. But Goreshade is going to come down to the flag at the bottom, dominate for one, and then kill off a few more guys, making more Banes. This is where he's literally running out of Banes because he just can't make any more as he's killing off all these guys. I mean, he is targeting the lower defense and trying to avoid the Kyazi just so that he can make these more Banes. But yeah, the Kyazi, they've already popped their mini feet. They're less dangerous now. They do have parry, so they can walk around and all that fun stuff, but they're not really the big danger that they could be if they still had the mini feet. So either way, it goes back and forth, and basically between having to take short turns, Cryx is just going to win here by scenario. So it kind of went by really quick there, but really it was just, you know, score on his one turn, score on Jacob's turn, score again, score again, score again. And it was, yeah, this one's going to end by scenario. Now, looking at this one, it was more of a problem of the list that was dropped. Jacob's other list was the Butcher 2 with all of the Doom Reavers, and that one definitely would have done a lot better. But, you know, it's just one of these things where if you don't know the matchup and haven't seen this with Goreshade, you know, you might think like, oh yeah, let's freeze and shoot down some Cryx. That won't be so bad. And then you get into the matchup and it goes horrendously. So either way, kind of a straightforward game, a little bit fast, but hopefully you guys liked it. And now you know if you ever see Goreshade2, you better watch out because he's a tricky bugger. So thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.